And Flavor Flav style. This is
Yeah, Flavor Flav style, baby.
not a big man. What is going on, guys? Happy Thursday, man. We're in the mix, dude. Yeah, we were a little bit late there starting off.
Yep.
Tim
It's all good.
reminded me. I had to, look, long story short, I was in the shower. I had to get all fresh and clean, man.
No, that's right.
And,
Hey, can't get up in the show all stanky.
you can't, dude. You can't do it, But, Tim, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. How y'all been?
Hanging in there. Trying to make it through the week. We've made it to Thursday, guys. That's always a good thing.
Always a good thing.
Dude. I guess Will can't hear, can he?
No. What did you say?
I said, how's it going?
Man, it's going good, man. Going good. All settled in and everything. Got that F-22 put together. So I'm ready to fly, man.
Yeah, we got to talk about that F-22, man.
You get a turbine for that L-39 yet?
I actually have one. I have a King Tech 70 G4.
Got the 70 G4, so he has graduated to the trading game, man. So that's going to be exciting for him.
Yep.
Down the rabbit hole, no more money left over, brother.
That's it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do like Bobby. I got one turbine, and I'll buy more planes, but use the same turbine.
I said that too about turbines. I said that too about EDF jets. I said the same thing about warbirds. Just
so you guys know, I'm actually building an MB339 right now.
Sweet, man.
Waiting for the 102 G4 to show up. It's on back order, but yep, it's coming together.
Dude, I'm excited about that for you. And yeah, guys, happy freaking Thursday. We made another Thursday show. We got everybody in the mix and everything. It's like I said earlier, man, it's been a long week for me. I don't know about you guys. Tim, how's your week going so far?
Busy, work, and then working on that MB. So having a good time.
How's your week, man?
Man, it's been going pretty steady. We had some dead spots, but that's usually how it works in the automotive field.
I completely understand. Enjoy those dead spots while you can, because it's not gonna last forever.
No, high wind we're having this week, and we ain't flying probably this weekend at all.
Man, you ain't scared of no wind.
I am.
Dude, all right, you go fly that turbine for the first time in 20-some-mile-an-hour winds. Yeah. Go right ahead.
Yep. Hey, by the way, while we're in here, I was going to do a quick roll call. We got Mountain RC in the house. We got Turn One, which is obviously here. We've got Slowfire 85. We got RC Pilot Will. We got Bill Wagoner. We got, let's see here, scrolling down. Let's see, we've got Bentley Hecht. And we've got, what's going on, Bentley? How are you doing? By the way, I gotta get your dad over here, man. I was talking to Tim about that, and
He's on the channel.
Oh yeah, I see him down there. We got Hex Speed right there. Yep, there we go. Boom, checking in over there. By the way, I was checking out your YouTube channel, man. You got a lot of really nice warbirds. So I'm gonna link up with you and give you a call and try to catch up. Work's been crazy, so I hadn't been able to link up with you. Don't feel bad. Tim already poked me in the ribs and told me I need to call you. Let's see here. He's good about that. I'm not the best about
Not you, Bobby.
Not you. Go in that direction. I'll just go in that direction. Let's see. Josh Bunn. What's going on, man? Good to have Josh Bunn in here. And yeah, man, the rest of the crew's coming in here. Winston Brown, what's going on?
Yeah, we got Winston Brown up ahead.
Yeah, I saw Winston Brown's pictures over there when he went to what is that? The big Paris swap meet. Keith Dunn, what's going on? Man, oh man.
Talking about
Randall, he's in the house. John Perry, what's going on? 80Ks RC, and the list goes on and on and on. Man, let's see here. So, guys, we might as well go ahead and kick this bad boy off proper, dude. So, there's a new airplane that came out, and you guys, I know what you're thinking, but remember, like 2 weeks ago, did we not?
Yep.
We said something about, we were joking about what are they going to do? Another like timber evolution?
I wish you could pull the clip up where we was joking about it.
If I was more prepared, I would. But I tell you, dude, Yeah, so they came out with the Night Timber X Evolution, right? Man, I'm telling you that Timber product line must be the most grossing airplane that they have because they have
It's
milked
got to
that.
be stopped, man. It's got to be stopped.
It can't be stopped. It can't
It's
be
They're
got to be
stopped.
stopped.
they're selling too many of them to make it stop. I mean,
Yeah,
they wouldn't keep making it if it wasn't a good seller, and
I
it
would
sells.
agree. I would agree. They're actually making money off that. Like, and you have to think about it. That airplane, that platform is just good for pretty much anybody, like a beginner, all the way up to an experienced, intermediate, expert, if there's such a thing. So I mean, it's just one of those airplanes where, hey, take it and run with it, and as long as there's buyers, there's going to be sellers. So, but while we're talking about it, let's take a look at it real quick and let's dive into it, man, and see exactly what this little thing has to do. Boom. So there we go. We're looking at it right here. It comes in two different prices. You got $339 for the plug and play version, and then if you want the AS3X and the safe, you've got $369. So that's the main.
You gotta be a all flat out timber lover
Yeah,
to just. I'm
yeah.
sorry, man. I'm sorry. I saw something just now on my screen.
I mean,
You gotta be an all flat out timber lover just to pay that kind of money. But a remake of the same thing that over and over and over again, like
no.
I don't know what's going on with Horizon, man, but I mean, the guys who are outgrown timbers are not coming back. Like they're
Yeah,
just not going to go back for timbers.
I'll
No,
be
and if
honest.
they do, they're going to upgrade to that the Balsa one, the Sport Wood series. That thing is
That's
a
where you should
blast,
go.
Yeah, yeah, the Sport Wood series. Yeah, I can see the
dude. It
Sport
is a
Wood
hoot.
series.
I've got one. It is amazing. You can do flat spins with it. You can do inverted flat spins. It's incredible.
Hamilton said 30 different timbers.
30 different things. Dude, Hamilton's right. What's going on, Hamilton, over there at Hamilton's Customs?
No, he's probably got one or two in his stable too, probably.
I
I have
mean,
one timber in my whole hangar. That's it. One
what's going
timber.
on right here? Is that a thing? These right here?
What?
The what is that? With
Looks
the
like a
pants right here. Can
looks
they
like
get
a pair of pants with a I don't know what you're pointing at here.
right here?
You talk about with the little scrunchies at the bottom?
What is this? What's going on here?
Yeah, it got the little scrunchies at the bottom of the pants.
Maybe I'm too old. I'm just dated.
Maybe they're like pants slash sweatpants. I don't
Let's
know.
look at this thing right here. Let's just see how. Let's just see if there's anything different other than the lights, right? I mean, we all know the answer to this, but dude, they're killing this. There's so many of them that I don't even want to. I don't even want it anymore. Like I understand they made something for the night flyers, but are people really night flying that much?
Nah, I mean, you got some people that do, but
Yeah.
it's probably mostly at events.
Wow, look at that. That's kind of impressive.
Well, I got a flying wing that I fly. It's got lights all in it, and we fly those to 2 a.m. and at events, and it is a hoot. But
I know it's fun, and this
oh, it's a
airplane is a
blast.
platform.
But just to have one for just nah, not for me.
Yeah.
I don't like the scheme on it. I think the other scheme was better looking than the new scheme.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm okay with the scheme.
I think
The
they
scheme is
probably
fine.
do this
I
because
just,
the more white they have, the better you see it.
it's just another timber. That's what I have a problem with.
Yeah.
It's just another timber.
Maybe
Like,
it's just a timber that's just not for you, man. I
man.
just, I don't know, man. I'm just like they could have. And if you think about it,
I
it's
mean,
live.
they're not even flying it in the dark, dark.
No, they're flying in the light. Look at that. That's some of that wheel landing right there. What's that? Will's like, you never
Thank,
seen me land
thank
like
God
that.
it wasn't a
Come on,
turbine.
man.
Will's like, you never seen me land like that. I've actually landed like that quite often, to be honest with you. And the models are already preset in the radio too. See right there, it already comes in there. Will said, "Come on, man, you know I don't do that."
No, I mean, now don't get me wrong. Now, when I first started with my timber, oh yeah, I broke some gear.
Nah, I haven't seen you laying like that. I really
But
haven't.
that's because you haven't seen me when I first started flying my timber. I had the timber Evo, and I busted some gear with that thing.
I still
So
got.
yeah, I've done some pretty hard landings.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, man. This thing does look like a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun,
I
but
mean, a timber is fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They're all fun because I mean, you can get them up there. You can do all kinds of crap with them, and I mean, you can even burn the darn motor out like I did in mine, and just dead stick it right on in while it's smoking.
Right.
So it's not a bad plane. I mean, I like them. It's just they just make too many of them.
I'm gonna jump into comments. Guniac, what's going on, man? Guniac says it's a great plane, but tired of timbers. My Evo is more than enough. Love it. And that's what Bill Wagner agrees and everything like that. Seth says, I thought they had a 3-blade prop.
No, it's always been 2 blades on that plane.
Yeah, the 2-blade, you're going to get a ton of power out of that thing.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot more speed out of it.
The regular timber has a 3-blade, but not that model has always been 2-blade.
And remember, the 2-blade gets more power. That's how they're able to hover that thing. You're going to get more speed and more thrust.
You wouldn't hover that 3-blade. That 3-blade, if you're going to lose power and you start falling to the ground quick.
Williams says, timber tree hugger. I tell you. Bradley Heck said, it's pretty silly that they keep coming up with those things. I agree, man. RC Flying Veteran, what's going on, buddy? Everybody's like another timber, man.
I thought they were going to bring out another EDF or something, man, but they just busted out another timber.
His dad said, Bradley said, my dad is awesome sauce. That's cool, dude. Yep. Yo, this is cool, yo. There we go. So, yeah, man. So that was the thought on the timber. I'm so tired of them, man. I just don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Guniac says the 2 blades have less pitch for low-end grunt, but the Evo has a better all-around 3-blade with good pitch too. So yeah, I bet if you put a 2-blade on the 3-blade Evo, it'll probably be a pretty punchy airplane for sure.
Oh yeah, it is. It is punchy.
Well, the SWS version, the Balsa is a 2-bladed one too.
Is it really?
Yep.
Yeah, and it flies off. It's fast. It'll hover. It'll do all kinds of things.
Man, what's going on, Big Nick?
That SWS version, man, that thing rips through the air.
Yeah.
Dude, you can hear that prop ripping through the air on that thing.
And the wings just make a wicked sound. No power on it. It just sounds wicked.
Yeah.
It's a fun plane, the SWS. I'd recommend that one if somebody wanted a timber and had some flying experience. I'd go that way all day long over a foam.
But we all agree the timber is an excellent flying airplane. We're just all a little bit smoked out on it, man. It's a little.
Well, we all started off on them. I mean, everybody who's gotten into this hobby has probably started with some type of timber. I mean, because they're reasonably
some kind of high wing set up just like it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it's an Apprentice, Aero Scout, Cub, or timber itself, everybody started off with something like that. So.
What do you think about the price, the $339.99 for it, though?
Man, throw another $300 with it, I get an SWS.
Bingo, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like a no-brainer. You're like, why would I?
Yeah, I just throw another $300 with it and get an SWS and call it a day.
Call it a day. That's absolutely.
If they have to put that thing on sale, I'm gonna pull the trigger because I do want another timber.
Yeah, that SWS I think is $850. I think. I did. They had some sale on it back. I don't know, and I got mine with some points and everything else. I think I got it for under $500.
Man, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having one. If I can get my hands on one pretty for the low, I'll definitely do it. So,
well, I still have some points with Horizon now after that turbine I just purchased from them.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah.
You got yours through Horizon? Yeah, they're the only ones that had 70 in stock. I think. I'm waiting.
Yeah, they were the only ones that had them in stock.
Nice.
Nobody else had them in stock.
Well, while we're talking about things, let's move on to the next topic, my friends. Let's move on to, boom, the new $729 Freewing SR-71 Blackbird is getting the business, man. People are flying that thing inverted and, doing rolls with it and everything. It's shown to be a pretty capable airplane, huh?
Yeah, it is.
What do you think about that?
I think it's actually showing out to be pretty good, man. I mean, I thought it was gonna flop. We was gonna see a lot of crash videos, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it turned out to prove me wrong, and it's actually doing pretty good.
Yeah,
I know Mountain RC has one, and he's about to do a maiden on his eventually soon. So I've been keeping up with him, seeing when he's going to fly that thing.
I'll be honest with you. I'm tempted to see. I believe it would rotate off of our grass now while it's dormant. I think though, when it's summertime, it will definitely not rotate. Definitely.
And you would have to fly it right after the grass is cut.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And for me, it's it's cool. It's got a lot of cool factor, but for me, it's a no go. Tim, what are your thoughts on it, buddy?
Dude, I mean, the videos that I've seen, especially the one Brent put out where he modified his, put a 7,000 in it, put the battery in between the two battery bays, modified the fuselage slightly, and man, it flew like. And he took I think he took the blue box out or bypassed a lot of it, put an AS3X plus receiver in it and ran it on an AS3X plus, and dude, that thing looked like it flew like a dream. Obviously, he could comment better on it. He flew it, but the video looked phenomenal what he was doing with it. So I'm pretty impressed with it. Again, it's not something I would buy because I fly off grass all the time. But man, what a good flying plane it looks like. You didn't think it was going to fly that good. I mean, look at UMX or Horizon with their release of it, and it was terrible. And now Freewing did this one right. I mean, it looks good. It flies good. There's his video right there. Yeah, this.
By the way, we got
where we put the battery
in the channel right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy. I was just concerned.
No.
But
overall, I'm pretty impressed with the way it flies. Still not a beginner jet, EDF for anybody, but somebody with some experience. I think anybody can fly it that has flown EDFs before. It looks like it flies that well.
And so he's rolling with the 7,000 on there. Did he do anything to the EDFs on it? Is that what you said or no?
No, he didn't do anything as far as I know. He just put that 7,000 in between, and like I said, just bypassed the blue box, I believe, and then ran it on AS3X plus. Took the gyro that came with it totally out.
Yeah, that's probably a good move if you don't trust any of that stuff. I mean. When you take out the points like that, and that's why people bypass the box, man. It's just one less thing for your.
It's one less fail point, and I got to say it like this. And I mean, I'm not trying to beat Horizon down because a lot of my first planes come from Horizon. But I mean, when it comes to building a EDF jet, I mean, Freewing knows how to do it, man. I mean, it's just being honest. Freewing knows how to do it. You got, AF models, Aeroplane, those guys, X-Fly, they know how to build an EDF jet, man. It's just the stuff coming through Horizon. Other than that, e-flite F-16. Now that one was good.
Oh, the Viper 90 too. Don't forget about that.
Viper 90.
That Viper 90 was incredible.
Yeah, they did really good on the Viper 90 and the e-flite F-16. Everything else I wasn't really too impressed with. The SU-30, that flopped. That didn't work out until FMS picked it up and turned it into the SU-27.
They've got it ready to come out, model.
So what now?
I said they have another airplane coming out, Horizon Hobby E-flite. They got another airplane on the books to be released.
The only thing I didn't like about the e-flite F-16 from the FMS F-16 is that e-flite shortcut it. They gave you a nose wheel with no wheel bearing in it, where the FMS version has wheel bearings in all three wheels. So it made it easier to rotate off the ground. Right. And I found that out by mistake because I ordered one because there was no nose gears available through Horizon. So I ordered it off of AliExpress and it came straight from, I guess, China or wherever. And it came to me and I looked at it and I was like, this nose wheel is aluminum and it's got a bearing in it. Like I spun it and it just kept spinning. Yeah. So I was pretty impressed with that. And I was like, man, they shortcut it for e-flite. But yeah.
Well, and I have the F-16 from e-flite and it flies great. I fly it off grass. Had to put flaperons on it to get it off the grass, but I love that F-16 from e-flite. Out of all the F-16s I've been around or flown, I like it the best. But I want to step back just for a second. Horizon does have a market that is more for people getting into the hobby, because you got all the bind and fly. Nobody else does bind and fly. I mean, a lot of the companies are doing PMPs, like, you know, motion, things of that nature. Horizon does have the market cornered for more beginner friendly, is what I would say. Whether it's a turbo timber, a UMX plane, or you know, an F-16, whatever the case may be, they come with a receiver and it's ready to go. You just got to link it to your transmitter. So, I mean, even though Horizon, I think, is falling short in some places, they still have that market cornered in other places. And it's just like some of these, like Banana, Boomerang, coming out with all these P&P and FMS, coming out with these P&P turbines. It's the same thing. They got the market kind of cornered slightly, just because they're doing things that nobody else are doing.
They're geared more towards the people who aren't tech savvy when it comes to the stuff.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I get that, because it's like now they could just you could just buy the model, you can get the transmitter if you got an IX-14 or whatever you got, and all you gotta do is go through there, hit bind and fly, and pick the model out, bind it, and boom, it's all set, ready to go right out of the box. You don't have to do any figuring on any of that stuff. The only downside to that is for people like, you know, who are more experienced with, you know, stuff like that, and more experienced in the hobby, you know, we don't, you know, some of us, I'll say it like that, some of us don't care for the bind and fly setup, because it kind of puts us in a position where we got to fly the plane like how whoever set this plane up flies it, when we may want to hot dog that sucker and the gyros interfering, causing, you know, wobbles or whatnot if we're coming in from a darn steep dive or something. So, you know, we can't just really fly it like we want when it's bind and fly. And I don't even think on bind and fly, I don't even think you have a option to turn the gyro off. Matter of fact, I don't recall any of my bind and flies ever having that option.
You can turn it off, but, you know, it's just, you got to program a switch to it, and you can make it inactive on middle, you know, if it's on a 2-position switch. You can have a 3-position switch, have safe, AS3X plus now, or off. So you can do that. Where the bind and flies, I think, you know, especially if you download the template from right off the radio, they're setting it at their rates, their expo, you know, so if you want to get in there and modify it, you can. However, you can also unlock those box.
Yeah, you can unlock them.
You can unlock them, and you can get in there and, you know, change some settings, things of that nature. I'm with you though. I mean, I like to mess around with the P&P stuff and program my own receivers and have it the way I want to fly it. You know, and I'm flying warbirds and jets, giant scale stuff, and, you know, I'm running the Synapsis and most of my stuff, and nothing is set up according to the manual. I mean, I kind of put in my own rates, my own flaps. You know, I mess with the gyro, things of that nature to tune it the way I want it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like I said, that's how I like to do it. I like to be able to tune the stuff the way I want to tune it. But like you said, you know, there is an option where you can turn the gyro off. But if you're talking about somebody who doesn't know how to do any of that, then they don't know how to even program it to turn the gyro off at this point. So now they're stuck with gyro on, even when they're out of safe, they're stuck with gyro on. And the thing that I've learned about always having a gyro, and I've disagreed with some people who broadcasted on YouTube, not calling their names, but I've disagreed with some people who said that you should only put your gyro on a 2-toggle switch. No, you should always put it on a 3-toggle switch. You have it safe, you have your AS3X, and you have off. That way, when that receiver for some reason decides to glitch, or it decides to just come loose at mid-flight, you can turn that gyro off and save your plane. Because if it does something that you didn't tell it to do,
I would absolutely agree.
No way to turn it off. You need to turn that sucker off. So this is my thing about the gyro setups. But I kind of get a little bit off topic there, but it's all right.
I would absolutely agree. While we're talking about this too, and certain aspects of everything, what do you guys think? Will tariffs hurt the RC hobby? Because I've already seen one hobby company say that prices are going to go up by 20%. And now this is a
Oh,
Warbird company. It's I can't remember the name of it. It's on Facebook. I saw they said they're raising their prices by 20%. I was like, that's crazy. And I
dude,
imagine short term.
I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if you wanted to bring that up. But I was at one of our local places, Hangar 18,
Yeah,
and he was explaining to me that because he was I was going to pull the trigger on the synapse for the synapse receiver for the turbine. And I was like, he was like, yeah, well, you better get it now because they're making us update everything. Horizon's up the price on everything and we have to update it. And they're giving us to a certain time to get it all updated. And he was like, the price is going to go up. I was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah, there's nothing they can do about it. It's because of the
yeah.
tariff.
It's definitely going. It's definitely going to happen. And it's one thing was what I was thinking. I was like, man, all those airplanes that I've ever wanted right now, you better go ahead and get them, I guess, while you can, because they're definitely gonna go up. And is it gonna stop us from what we do in the hobby? No, definitely not, because like me and you said earlier, we're not going to. It's not going
No,
to stop
no.
us from flying, but it will slow down what we purchase and what we buy. So
It's gonna make me think a little harder before pushing a button, but it's not
yeah,
gonna stop me from doing it.
right. And also too, this I think people are getting a little consumed with everything, but I think that it's just going to be a short term thing. It's not going to be a long
Yeah,
term.
it's not.
Yeah, so it's more of just trying to get things in line. It's going to sting a little bit, but yeah, it is what it is. It's not. It's certainly not going to stop me from flying at all.
I mean, if you think
I agree
about
with
it,
John Cena, though. Give me that $5,000 check, so we can make up that difference right there. I can get me some airplanes with that.
I
What do you
mean,
think?
you think about it, they talking about with the whole talk of no taxes after 40 hours. I mean, that's gonna make up for it right there.
Right. So you know me,
So,
I'm a-okay with that. So
yeah, you ain't gonna tax me after anything over 40 hours. I'm good.
Dunson Henry brings up a good point. He says this may stop a new hobbyist more than the vets, and he's absolutely right.
Oh
I
yeah.
would agree. Us people who fly all the time, plus or minus $100, $200 is not going to stop us from, flying or getting to the end goal. But
But
it will definitely.
I don't even think that's the case because I mean you got to think of it like this. You got a person that's interested in a particular car. Let's say you got a person that's interested in a Porsche and they really want that. They really want a Porsche, but they know that at the time they can't afford a Porsche. They got to buy a Volkswagen. Nothing wrong with Volkswagen. Which Volkswagen is Porsche, but um,
With
they
the
got to
show.
buy the lower name. So, but eventually they're gonna buy that Porsche. So the hobby for the new people is the same way. Like they're like, oh, they see, say for instance, they see us flying, and then they're like, man, I want to learn how to do that. I want to learn how to do that. How do I do it? Or you tell them what you need. This is what you need to buy, and then they look at the price and be like, man, that's steep, and be like, well, I mean, none of this stuff is cheap. Is what we always say, and then that's gonna be like, okay, they're gonna go home, they're gonna think about it, they're gonna be like, wow, I really want to learn how to do it. They're not gonna care about the price at that point. When you really want to do something, the price doesn't matter. You're
Right.
just gonna do it. So
I
that, hmm?
I said I definitely agree. I also agree with Snow. He says I got more planes than I know what to do with. I can wait out the tariffs for sure. But Big Nasty. He says if it wasn't for the F-35 at $300, you wouldn't see him here. So everything you're saying, Will, is true.
Right, right.
If anything, it will make people build. That's That's a true statement too. I think they're either build or they're just going to
modify and make them better.
Yeah, yeah. So I just think it's one of those things. What's going on, Tim? Welcome back there, sir.
Hey, look who's back in the park.
My internet totally dropped. I don't know what. I had to go reset the router.
No worries, man. No.
Yeah.
No worries at all. And Tim, you're in an industry where you're affected with tariffs as well too. So I'm sure you've got some firsthand experience on that as well. But
just like our sink manufacturer, Kohler, is tomorrow. After tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow. 25% increase on their sinks. And I don't know if you saw CY models. They're going up 20%. I think on Saturday.
That's what it was. It was CY models that I saw online saying that they're going up 20%. Yep. And I'm like, that is a noticeable amount. That's a noticeable amount of money.
I mean, 20% on a $2,000 plane.
Yeah.
I think that's astronomical. I mean, I don't know what that's going to do to the market. It's going to slow things down. The people that have plenty of money probably ain't going to hurt them, but the little guys.
Yeah.
Man,
it's interesting.
Like Bill Wagner just said. He said he's on his third Porsche. Another new one next year, just like my planes. It excites my interest. I will buy. So I mean, if it excites a person's interest, like you said, they're gonna buy it.
Well, here's the thing Bill's not telling you, coming from a car guy like me, Porsches are going up in value, not down. So he's not losing any money by buying a Porsche right now. The prices are higher than they've ever been. I mean, just for an example, I think the Porsche GT3 RS is going, I think sticker's 3,000 or 300,000, and it's 500,000 they're selling for. Yeah. I'm like, holy crap,
Yeah, their values are going up.
Yeah, so if you're buying a Porsche, you're safe. Buy a Mustang, you're losing your money. A Camaro, a Corvette,
anything else, you're losing your money.
Eddie K brought up a good point. He said, would love to see this result in an American RC manufacturer. And I would agree. It'd be neat to see that. But I think that for the price that you're going to ask for manufacturing, a lot of people are not going to want to pay that because everybody's conditioned to what the outside prices are, which are considerably lower.
But here's the thing, though, about that, Bobby. If we got it on the inside, imagine how much more parts we would have ready available if we have an American manufacturer.
Yeah, I would agree, but also
I mean, we have to wait for parts forever if something goes wrong.
Yeah, but I still feel like parts would come overseas, to be honest with you. So I don't know.
Just a little history lesson. We've lost as a country since the end of World War II. That was the last time we were a mighty nation making our own industry was making everything.
Yeah.
Since then, it's been downhill.
ZeroBot65 says it'll put a chill in the hobby for sure, particularly for newcomers. I think that's what we're all summing up here is for newcomers, they're going to be like, I can't do that,
Well, and Bobby's just not going to buy 6 new turbines next year.
I'm going back to
a good one too.
How many are we at now, Bobby? I mean, I lost count. You at 6 now?
Look, I cooked off quite a bit. Let's see, L39, Super Viper.
He cooked off quite a bit.
He cooks off a bunch, but then he buys twice as many back.
I got the BAE Hawk. So yeah, I'm at 4 right now. That's respectable. I feel, that's respectable. But by the way, guys, look, I want to switch gears and talk about it. I found the purple unicorn. I finally found it.
Dude, I heard all about this. He called me up. Oh my God, I found it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Man, he called me up and I guessed it because I was gonna buy the same exact plane.
Let me tell you, as soon as this thing hit Facebook Marketplace, it was like minutes. I
saw it before it hit Facebook Marketplace when I was at Hangar 18.
You weren't fast enough on the draw, brother. I went over there and picked it up. I said, it's a done deal. I said, count me in.
Here you go, everyone. The purple unicorn. It's coming. Pull it out.
Pull it on out, man.
Pull it on
Whip it
out,
out.
everybody.
For years.
Whip it out. Let us all see. Show the whole world.
Be careful how you say that, bro. Be careful how you say that.
That felt weird. That felt weird.
Oh, he stood up.
Let's see here. I just want to show you guys. Mind you, this
I mean, we're waiting. Everybody's waiting, Bobby. You're taking forever. Come on, pull it out.
Look, this thing has been out of production for a while, right? And where's the button?
Winston Bound, you're correct.
Here, I'm plugging up the battery. I just want y'all to see. Boom.
Oh man.
Johnson Henry, that was a low blow.
Hey.
That's funny.
Check this out. This thing.
Mountain, you crazy, man. Talking about this was like Will's unboxing of the F-22.
No, that was work, Will. You took forever. I mean,
I did take a while. I wanted to make you guys wait it out.
Hey, all right, we're good. I just want to turn the lights on so you guys can see. But check this out, dude. This thing is absolutely fabulous. Here, let me make this bigger. Boom. Dude, look at this. I have been looking for this thing for years, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And then out of the blue, this thing comes up. Look how beautiful this thing is, man. It's huge.
It's really nice.
And so, like, it had some issue with the tail where the little clevis, the ball link was broken off, so I had to go in there and fix that. Super easy, but it is completely detailed out, man. I mean, it's a very nice looking bird.
Man, you stole it too.
And the gear are amazing.
He told me what he paid for it.
Yeah,
he told me he's going to put a turbine in it. What do you think? He's going to convert it to a turbine.
Yeah, I think he's going to convert it to a turbine.
I think he should convert it to a turbine.
$200 for this thing, man. I couldn't.
And he's going to spend about $300 and convert it to turbine.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to convert this one to turbine for sure. No.
Hey, just hit Steve up. He'll fabricate you a thrust tube for it.
Look at this, man. Just a beautiful looking bird, man. It has all the
guy, it's got a brand new 70 King Tech. You can probably fit in there just perfect.
I certainly won't fit in this thing.
I ain't put my turbine in there.
But it is a very nice looking airplane, guys. I mean, you can't even see that. It's over my head. Just a very good looking bird, and I'm excited about it, man. I've just been looking for this thing for so long, so this really excites me. So finding this thing was
as he drops it and it hits the floor.
I know, be my luck, but dude, I was so happy about that, and I'm so excited about getting it up and everything. I ran it on the ground, and it has that 1600 kV 90 millimeter in it. And if you go and you read a lot of the reviews on it, everybody was saying that it was underpowered. So to today's 90 millimeters, I believe that this is you put like a 1950 in there, that FMS 1950 in there, it's going to be a monster. So I'm definitely excited about it. So the gear are perfectly fine. They're definitely grass friendly. They're actually big. The wheels on there are probably about 3-inch wheels. The front wheel is probably about 2 inches, 2.5 inches. So it's not going to have a problem getting off the grass. And our grass is a little bit better than most. So, but yeah, man, I can't wait to see this. And also with that extra thrust that I'm going to put in there, I need a 90 millimeter. I need a 90 millimeter 1950. So if anybody's got one, let me know.
A 90 millimeter what now? 1950?
A 1950 kV 6S setup. Now they were
I got it.
8S as well.
The one that was in my F-22.
Oh, what is that?
I want to say it's a 1950.
Man,
hold on, give me a second. Let me go grab it. Give me a second. Let me go grab it.
Man, that would be easy. That would be a very easy drop in right there. So I'm super stoked about it, man. But guys, you're going to see a review on that, man. This is probably going to be, for me, probably one of the most fun reviews because I've been looking for it everywhere. So, and I'm hoping, Tim, somebody comes out and they make this airplane all over again, man. They really should. This thing looks amazing. Like, how could you not? That is a beautiful looking airplane, dude. For a Russian plane, and look, most Russian planes are ugly, but this thing's got lines for days, man. Lines for days. Look at that. Is that not nice?
I like it. It's
Yeah,
definitely
man.
different.
Yeah, it's definitely different for sure. And I don't know if you've ever flown any of the 130s or anything, but they fly really nice. They're very stable platform airplanes. So
You still
that's
have
a
that
cool
one
way.
jet I always liked that you were going to sell me. You sold me a couple times and I never bought it. What
Which
was
one?
that? Was it an X? Was it an X Fly? I can't remember what it was. The one you were trying to get too much money for. You were like, I was like, no, I was in your garage that one.
Oh, that was the X-Fly Alpha. Was it the Alpha?
I don't know. I can't remember.
That
Gear
was
on
it.
it.
Yeah, that was it.
You still got that plane?
No, man, that thing's been sold like months ago, like 10 months ago.
Figures.
Yeah, man, that thing didn't
And you
last
told
long.
me. You knew I wanted it all those years and still didn't give me
Hey,
a
dude,
chance.
I'm telling you, but Hamilton says, I'll sell you my 90 millimeter Viper. Let's see, have a free wing 6S, new footing EDF for spare. Man, I'm telling you, I might, I'm looking for a 6S setup for this one, and then I may convert it into the 8S. You know, that way it'll have a ton of power and it'll just rotate like crazy.
Just throw an SMC battery in it. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I agree with Hex Speed, man. They need to bring that one back, dude. I don't understand what the deal is. Like that airplane and those lines, like if you look at it in person, it just doesn't do it justice. Even the cockpit is super scaled out, man. I mean, it's crazy. Like
No, he said kit building, not that plane. He was talking about building kits.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Check that out. Isn't that nice?
It does have a nice cockpit.
It really does. Yeah, I thought you'd say that. It looks really good, man. It looks really good.
We'll talk later.
Oh man, but dude, it also has lights on there too. I don't have my radio, but if I plug my radio, the landing gear have some of the brightest lights I've ever seen. And they're on the rears and they're on the nose gear as well. So just very cool. Just a very cool looking bird.
All right, let's move on. Yakety yak. Let's move
on. John Perry says 8S with the new 16 F-16 V2. Yeah, that would be a good setup in there too. So Louis wants to know, he says, whatever happened to FlyFans J20? I can tell you what happened with FlyFans J20. The FlyFans J20 Mighty Dragon is still being tested. In the last show, Jeremy said that basically they kicked it back to him because they wanted to change the gyro settings on there because there wasn't enough throw in there for the airplane that he didn't feel like it was good. It kind of felt like you were flying on safe. And for that airplane, you need all the throw that you could possibly get. So, Will, what was the disposition, my friend?
It's actually a 1900, but it's upgraded. I upgraded it to a 12 blade instead of the 9 blade.
Oh, okay. Well, still 1900 is better than 1600 kV.
Oh, that's a 1600 that you got in there?
That's got a 16.
That's what that came with. It was way.
Oh yeah. I got a 1900 for you right here.
I looked at the 1950 and it looks like it's putting out almost 8 pounds of thrust.
And it's got the burner attached to it.
Oh man, let me get that, dude. We'll work
Hey,
something
man.
out.
Yeah, it's all you. It's all you. She's just sitting around right now doing nothing.
Well, I can definitely find a home for it. I think that'll be a good platform for it, or at least a good start. So, moving right along. But that was the deal with the Mighty J20 Mighty Dragon. So stay tuned. We'll be in cahoots with Banana Hobby and see exactly what's going on with that one. Now, moving on to the next topic. Have y'all seen the big new Boomerang Jets 2.8 meter Atom Squared? If not, I'm about to show you.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it.
It is a beautiful.
It's a monster, and according to Dan, it flies better than the Atom, the smaller Atom, which I have.
Well, check this out, guys. Y'all got to check this out. Here we go.
Definitely, yeah. There's Dan flying it right now. Yep.
We got that music off of there. That's it right there. 2.8 meters is massive, guys. But just, I love that. You know, it grew on me. At first, I didn't like that scheme. And looking at it for some reason in a jet, it just looks really good.
You see the bottom of it. It has the target. It has the target logo on the bottom.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, the bottom is the target. He was I can't remember the guy's name who flew. That was his plane, and he was sponsored by Target.
That's crazy. Like Target?
Yep, Target.
Wow. But dude, look how easy that thing looks like it's flying. And you know, when you have a larger wing area, you have more lift.
Bigger
So,
flies better.
Bigger,
He said
definitely.
it lands so much smoother than my Atom.
Look at that.
I mean, it's just.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
And it has doors on it. Mine doesn't have doors on it. It has deer doors on it now. It's nice.
And that airplane alone flies good anyway. So when you take an airplane like that and you make it bigger, it definitely flies better. It definitely flies better.
Yeah, Dan calls me every day. You gonna order one yet? You gonna order one yet? I'm like,
so let me jump into the comments. Let's see here. Yeah, man. So that's definitely something to see right there. I thought that was pretty cool. But all right, let's move right along, man, to the next topic. We're gonna talk about. Let's see here. We covered that. We covered that. We covered that. And boom, here we go. Have you guys ever seen a $70,000 RC turbine F-104 Starfighter? $70,000. Well, I'm about to show you. There you go.
Oh, wow, why are you even talking about that? $70,000.
Developed by Lockheed Martin in 1954, the F-104 Starfighter was notoriously hard to fly.
Yeah, I tried to fly one, dude.
In the 1960s, many countries used these fighter jets.
This piece right here? Look at this thing.
Oh yeah, I've seen this video.
That's actually to give metrics to the system. So it'll measure your angle, your speed, all kinds of different metrics for the pilot. And what I like is the amount of detail going into the paint. So for example, you have all of this little text, the bolts, different colors. Look at the size difference. This is probably 2 times as long as that one over there. Now, look at this. This right here is designed obviously for high speeds. What it does is it kind of disperses the biggest RC plane that I have ever seen in my life. Now, hiding inside of this piece is all the
look at this
batteries and electronics.
All the batteries in there.
Look at how much is going on. Look at all the wiring. They didn't want to talk too much about the price. It's about $6,000. And the top speed of this is around 380 kilometers an hour. Imagine seeing something this large going 380 kilometers an hour. It's powering up. You might be able to stand back a little bit. And when you see this fly, it looks like a missile, man. I mean, it does
look like a missile.
It's so long. It has so much power behind it.
It's a pencil with wings.
Yeah, literally. I'll turn that music down.
Like a rocket with wings, seeing the 6-meter-long F-104 flying was unbelievable.
Look how gentle it just takes off.
Yeah, there went 60 grand in the air. It has to come down 1 or 2 ways.
Absolutely. My question is this: how does it land? Man, that's a terrible camera shot. Look at that. That is crazy.
I mean, the fact that it's bigger gives it more wing area, but I mean,
that's hard anyway to fly.
It's still hard to fly.
Like, that's crazy.
Maybe not hard to the person that's flying it because they probably flew it more than once, more than twice.
Let's see what $60,000 looks like landing. All right, here we go. Oh, I already don't like it.
Yeah, it's fast. Wow, that's landing fast.
Look how fast that's landing.
It was time to head over to the most expensive RC jet we got to check out.
I'm willing to bet it has
339 fighter jet.
Some. Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, MB339, guys. Those are some of the best flying jets that you can get. This thing is super scaled out too. I just wanted to show you guys because just to give you something different other than the little phone planes that we always see.
Man, that's a nice Red Bull scheme too. I like that.
300 hours to build it by hand. Look at that. That's beautiful, man. And this one is, look at all those tanks. Good grief.
Right there, you have the rudders.
So $11,000 for the turbines. That's 229 miles an hour. Okay, let's watch it. So some of those extra tanks were smoke tanks. Okay, I get it.
was sad that this amazing day was coming to an end because honestly,
that's amazing.
Like anything I've experienced.
It really is.
To see some of the best
There's an F4. Oh, nice.
Man, that's crazy.
Which one was your favorite? And don't forget.
And by the way, if you want to see that F4, this is the F4 right here on it.
Oh, yeah, 2 of them. God, this thing's gorgeous.
It is a beautiful looking bird.
I saw it at Joe Knoll, man, this in the spring last year. Oh my gosh, what a massive plane.
Just an awesome looking bird, man. Just something different, guys. Just want to share something a little bit different for y'all to see and be exposed to something a little bit different. So now we got to talk about some crazy stuff that happened over there. Tim, what in the heck happened, buddy?
Hold on. I got my snacks.
Yeah, you might want
to. I got my snack. I got my drink. So okay, all right, here we go. Tim.
So as you all know, I had a Spitfire, and the Spitfire I just put a DLE 55 in it. It was electric, had a Power 360 in it. I probably flew it about 6 times with the DLE 55 in it, and I was doing a slow pass with the flaps down, probably about 4 or 5 feet off the ground, and right about 3/4 down the runway, motor quit. And obviously no airspeed, and I landed it gently into the field and tore up the tail a little bit. So I rebuilt it, put a bigger motor in it, put a Valley View 60 RA in the new plane or the rebuilt plane, and went out to the field. And long story short, there was a guy out there that I hate to say it, battery burner. I waited an hour and a half, kept on going, hey, I want to make this plane.
Now you got to explain what a battery burner is.
Oh, somebody just keeps taking off and landing and putting a new battery in and taking off again.
Back to back, nonstop. Back to back. We were out there a couple weeks earlier, and the same guy was out there. And between 4 of us getting 4 flights in, he got 16 flights by the time the 4 of us got 1 flight in each. Anyways, back to the story. So this day I'm going to remain it with a new motor in it, and ground tested it. No problems with the motor overheating. Put the cal on it. Put a fan on the front. Put a fan in front of it. Ran a tank through it. Never had any issues with it. Finally, this guy just got into nerves. Did your plane get wheeled? My God!
It got wheeled. And so long story short, but how it got wheeled is the problem. So took off. Finally got the guy to. I just cranked the plane up and said, I'm going up. And he was in between flights, and he knew it was a maiden, and he decided to take off while I was doing my maiden. And so trimmed the plane out, got it flying pretty decently. And all of a sudden I noticed the motor was either loading up or overheating, one of the two. Mm-hmm. Called out landing. I didn't call a dead stick because the motor was still running, but I said, I got to land, the power's failing on this motor. And so I'm coming in for the approach, and the guy goes, I'm landing. And I'm landing downwind because where the motor, I just didn't have time to go down and to the other end of the field. I needed to get it on the ground sooner than later. Go ahead.
Wait. You said that you were landing, and then he says, I'm landing.
Correct.
Oh, that's bull crap.
So I was dead on power. I mean, it wasn't producing power, still running, but just not producing power. So I was coming in from a landing. He was landing right to left. I was landing left to right. I had a spotter next to me, and as I'm a couple feet off the ground on approach, wheels down, perfect, gonna look like a perfect landing. My buddy called out, my spotter called out, he's on the field.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He didn't call out he was on the field.
He called landing, and then didn't say a word, and my spotter said he's on the field.
And you go on final approach.
I'm on final approach, probably 2 or 3 feet off the ground, and have to ditch it because I can't see him. I'm looking left. He's to the right of me. I don't know where he is.
So you had to stuff your airplane in order to.
I had to stuff my plane in instead of, and in all honesty, I
And I
probably
would have
could
been
have taken.
stuffing him in the back of a trunk.
It was so bad that he packed his stuff up and got in his car and left before I got my plane out of the freaking field.
Yeah, he knew what time it was. He made a good decision by leaving.
Oh yeah, he did. I was very vocal and very ticked off. I was
I'm
like,
sure
I can't believe this happened. So it was a maiden flight, and I lasted 3-4 minutes.
So let's jump into comments, guys. Now, when you're doing a maiden flight, when I'm doing a maiden flight, I make sure I'm up there by myself. And unless somebody's like, is it okay if I come up? And I'll say yes or no.
Correct. Yep. 100%.
And he knew that you were doing a maiden flight, and he still took his airplane up.
Yep.
And we're talking about one of those little ultra sticks, like the
$299 freaking foam wings with a little stick that goes to the tail. You know, fiberglass.
So wait. He wanted to land his little $200 plane.
Yeah.
Before you had to land your couple of $1,000 plane.
Correct.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm 100% serious.
And also,
kick that guy off the field.
Flying, and then he realized he's having engine issues. So Tim says he's landing first. Then the guy says, "Well, I'm landing second." And then the guy lands, knowing that Tim is having engine problems, and he's already coming in and setting up for the landing. He's already on final approach. The guy doesn't even announce that his airplane is on the field, and he's on the field. If it wasn't for Tim's spotter, Tim would probably, either plow that guy in or found out, last minute. And so he had no choice to plow his airplane in.
Yep.
No. Who is responsible for fixing Tim's airplane is my question.
But the thing about it is that if you got a guy that's calling out an emergency or some sort of mayday, whatever you want to call it, that person gets first land. And that's usually, even like how we do it, Bobby. If you're flying one of your turbines and you got to land, and even though my battery is at the bottom end of the pack, I'll still stay up high and hover around until you make your landing, because I know that you're on combustible fuel. So you gotta land. When you gotta land, you gotta land. Not only that, your plane costs way more than mine. So go ahead and take the first landing. Then I'll come in after you land. And if I have to just glide that sucker in, I'll glide it in. But it's electric. It'll make it.
Hey, Michael said, so one of the two of you going to lunch, Tim?
Believe it or not, he has not posted anything on our Facebook page. He has not shown up at our field since that has happened. He might be scared to show up, and I don't really blame him, because next time I see him, he is going to get an airful.
I mean,
unless he's got a couple of $1,000 he's ready to give you.
Now let's jump into the comments. What would be the right thing for him to do? Would it be A, ignore Tim, B, talk to Tim and say, hey, let me compensate you? He may not have a ton of money, but something is better than nothing, right?
He didn't even say sorry.
I mean,
he didn't say a word to me. Now, he didn't want to say a word to me because there was a lot of obscenities coming out of my mouth, not towards him, just towards what happened. And, then we go pick up my plane and we're walking back and he's in his car pulling off.
Like, and I'm trying to just get a picture of this dude. Is he like a young guy or older guy?
I would say he's probably in his 40s.
Okay. Man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Duncan Henry says, if I know it's a maiden, I'll become a spectator. And that's what literally all we do is like, and you guys that are in the room, I mean, if you have somebody out there that's doing a maiden flight, we all know, like, we give them the air. Like, that's what it is. And we ask, is it okay if I come up with you? And I'm like, it's not a problem. And sometimes we have people that say yes. And then we have some people that say no. I'm like that too. When I'm doing my first flight on my turbine airplane, I don't want anybody to mess with me. I go up there, I fly, I don't talk to people, I focus, I get the first flight jitters out the way, and then after the second flight, then I talk to people and stuff like that.
I even caught one guy before that was getting ready to call himself going up, and I told him, I said, yeah, that's his first turbine flight, so you might want to wait till he comes down.
Yep, you have done that, yeah, because I know I think Ralph's wife was out there, and she was like, can that thing go any faster? And I heard it, but I was like, I'm trying to make sure this airplane is doing what it needs to do.
Do what it needs to do.
Yeah, Keith Dunn says maiden means you have the field, I thought, and I would agree. Greener said, Great said, I give the gassers a lot of space. I do too. Omaha Air Defense, he says, coordinate his landings after Tim. I would have just climbed in that case. Yeah, if I was him, that just makes me think that he was maybe inexperienced and he just didn't know, and he had vapor lock, and he was just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, all he had to do with that auction stick is just climb, get really high, and he had just cut the power and just glide that thing around.
And also too, like Richard said, at our field we yell out landing, and I know you do the same thing, Tim.
Oh yeah, I mean I called it. I mean, like I said, I didn't call dead stick because the motor wasn't dead stick; it was still running. But I called out, I have to land. I have no power.
It was running rig.
And then probably it might have loaded up. I'm not sure. It was a factory. It was on factory tune still. I hadn't messed with the needles. It was the first flight on the motor. The motor's brand new.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's definitely one of those things. Every maiden that I do, and you can watch in the videos, I don't go up there with other people. Like, I don't. It's just, it's enough worrying about the airplane and doing the maiden.
And I thought I had the field. And then all of a sudden he took off. Like I don't know, 45 seconds, a minute into my flight, my spotter goes off. I'm like, what?
Wow. Well, I tell you what, man, that was just pretty crazy. But I'm glad that you got a little bit past that, and I don't know.
I didn't. That happened. What was it, last Thursday? I remember you wanted me. You were like, you want to come on the channel? I'm like, no, we ain't talking about it right now.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it next week. So,
not coming on.
Now, hey, by the way, we're gonna switch topics over here. I don't want to keep pouring salt on your wound there, buddy. But check this out. We're gonna do a YouTube channel spotlight, guys, and we're gonna talk about YouTube channel. That's something new that I want to do. We have a lot of people in there that got their own channels and everything like that, so I'm gonna kick it off. But yeah, let's check out Mountain RC. His channel, I was looking at it. It looks pretty good, man. He's got some really nice reviews on there. So if you haven't already, check out his channel and subscribe to it, man. Help some people out, and help them get some traction the same way, somebody gave us a chance. So here's his channel right here. You can take a look. It's got some really good videos on there, and I subscribed, of course. You can see right there. I'm probably subscriber number 413. I don't know. But good content on there, and it looks like, he's moving in the right direction. So help a brother out, man, and get him going. So,
Mountain RC. I take it that's out. It looks like it's out west.
Yeah, I think it's out there in Utah. It looks like same place like where Jeremy flies. I'm not sure, but it looks similar to it. But it's definitely not east for sure with that background. So, but some really cool videos. Looks like he's doing really well. Got some good starts on there. So I want to give him a big shout out on that. He didn't even know I was even going to do this, but I just want to give him a big heads up, shout out on there. And yeah, man, if you get a chance, check him out. Like and subscribe to the channel, and boom, there you have it. So let's see here. I'm looking in the comment. Let's see here. Eddie K says we're going to start doing Maiden Mondays. Boom, Luis signed up. Nice, man. I don't know if he's still in here or not. He must not have been. But by the way, Keith Dunn, just want to tell you thank you so much for the super sticker, dude. You always come in and hit up a super sticker, and I tell you the same thing. I know you don't have to, but you do. It's certainly appreciated.
Can we start myself a GoFundMe page for a new Spitfire?
Yeah, I know, right? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Shoot. I know. I feel terrible about your Spitfire, honestly. But, Keith Dunn, your proceeds help get this airplane. So that was kind of nice. So certainly appreciate that. Let's see here. Oh, Will's right there. There he is. I don't know what happened to him.
Internet.
All right. And moving right along to the next topic. And, okay. This might be one of our last topics, but check this out. So, question. Is the Freewing F-22 Raptor 70 millimeter better than the 80 millimeter? What do you think? Y'all know the price point on those? Have y'all seen it?
I have no clue.
I'm going to show you. So the 70 millimeter is $309, and then the 80 millimeter is like $500 on Motion RC. And it's kind of crazy because it's like that 70 flies very, very, very good. And I have a gyro in my 70, and the 80 millimeter comes with the gyro as well. So my 70 flies extremely similar to the 80 millimeter. And I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see this. And what do you think? Is it worth the difference of the price? So here we go. So we've got the 80 millimeter right here with the gyro for $499, or you can get the 70 millimeter for $309. Like, and there's not that much of a difference in the wingspan or the power plant. So you're either better off getting the 70 for $309 or just spending an extra $79, $80 and getting the 90 millimeter plug and play. Like they've almost
I think what the difference might be there is it's not more so how it flies as in terms of roll rate, speed, which the 70 is faster, but the 80 can actually go slower, just like the 90 can probably go slower than the 80, simply because of how much bigger it is. So it's a bigger Dorito to catch the air, So I mean that's probably the bigger the difference.
But is that worth $200 though?
But it ain't worth $100. No.
What's the difference? What's the 90 cost? I mean, the 90 is what, 5 something?
570, 580.
Yeah, 570, 580, something like that.
You just go to the 580. Like, I don't know why you would go with the 80.
Yeah, I would just skip the 80 and jump straight to the 90.
And look, this one is the wingspan's 42 inches on the 70 millimeter. And if we go back and look at the 80, what's up with this internet? Hurry up. If we go back and look at that one, then you'll see that it is this is the 80. And the internet's just rolling slow today, man. I must have too much stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And the 80 is 36.8 inches. So not that big of a difference.
I mean, no, it's not that big of a difference. I mean, and you can't argue flight time.
Yeah, but
between the 80 and the 90, you can't argue flight time.
Yeah, but we're talking about price point.
You saw for yourself. I took that 90 and flew that sucker for 5 minutes with no problem. So, I mean, of course, that was with a Turnigy heavy duty pad.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that 80 is almost obsolete when you have the 70 and the 90.
Yeah, I would say the 70 and the 90 is the way you need to go. Just cut the 80 out. If they wanted to do anything, they could take that scale detail that they did to the 80 and just apply it to the 90.
Right.
And call it a day. Really they probably actually could bring in more money that way if they did it like that.
Oh, look, I didn't know they had a 1960 kV in there. That's even
that's a new upgrade. I don't think my 90 has that in there.
Yeah, that's bigger than the FMS. That is a brand new upgrade. That's a 1960 kV. That's a lot of thrust.
That's what you probably need to order for that yakety yak.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I just have to see what the weight difference is, but honestly, it's not gonna matter because in that yak you could.
What's the can size?
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna end up
getting
the
can size.
What'd you say?
It doesn't tell you on the website. I don't think.
It doesn't tell you the can size.
No,
you probably have to go to the motor itself.
If it's still a 3672, you ain't gonna get much more torque out of it. You're just gonna get more, just a little bit more kV, a little bit more RPMs per volt. That's all.
Now, if you look at the 8S version on the 90 millimeter, that has a 1350 kV in runner. So that 1360 is a brushless in runner.
Yeah, I have the 8S. The only problem is with the 8S, I don't know if they've done it with the new ESCs, but you can't put a high voltage battery in my older one. You can't put a high voltage battery in it. You just can't charge it past 4.2.
Right.
It won't arm.
I've seen that.
Remember, TJ was having that problem.
Yep, I've seen that at our field.
Yeah. I can't do it on my 8S F4. I can't do it on my F22. The Eurofighter is the only 8S version I can actually charge the full 4.35 and it will still arm.
Right. Huh. So, yeah, man, I would definitely, let's see, No Names watch another channel sort of bash the 70, but rave the 80, $200 more for lights and extra gear cover. I'll take my 70 and my 90. Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, too. And, you know, the 70 is great. It is a good platform, man. And it is what it is. So I'm talking about overall cost. For $200, you're talking about gear doors and extra covers. Come on, man. That's nonsense.
I like to see it.
The beauty is in the eye of the beholder for sure. So.
Well, and Will once he gets his AF F22 in the air, he's not even going to think about free wing anymore. It's going to be.
Sure. Yeah, you're about to get turned out, buddy, and you don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
Wait till he flies that thing, and then he flies that L39 with a turbine. He's going to be going, I'm selling this one, and I'm getting the turbine version now.
By the way,
just throw some more balsa in there and make it turbo.
One last topic I wanted to squeeze in. Have you guys seen the new Pilot RC by Jet Ruler, 1/5 scale F-16 Fighting Falcon?
You got that video for Jeremy flying it?
Man, that thing is huge.
You got to see this. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you the video, and it's an absolute baby. I called him and asked him. I was like, dude, what is the deal, man? I was like, is this thing really that good? And he's like, yeah, it's really that good. All right, here we go.
It better be for 10 grand.
I know.
Jeremy Solt here, and what we've got for you is the 1/5 scale.
I think just beautiful.
Pilot RC F-16.
I like that can. I need one of them in my life.
Started up. We got a Schwinn 300 inside this.
That's a Schwinn 300, dude. What do you think about that?
He says it's overpowered. He said it's overpowered too for it. He says it's way too much power for that thing.
Pilot RC.
Look how nice it is. I love it.
And yeah, so on.
All right, skip all that. Put that music out of there.
Music.
He cuts it off here in a minute.
I hope he does.
He does.
Nope.
Not yet. I think after he gets airborne, it goes bye-bye.
And that's the rule, man. Cut the music while you're flying these EDFs and jets so people can actually hear it. It's annoying when you have music in the background. There we go. What are you laughing at, Will?
I said, I'm not cutting no music.
You playing that Street Fighter music in the background of yours. Look at that heat coming out. That's cool.
Goodness gracious, that is.
But look how look at that.
Come on, put the gear up. Put the gear up. The gear.
I love his money pass when he gets the mountain in the background and he's coming towards you with the nose, and you can see the fuel burning off the back end of it.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Those red wings look really good in the air, man.
I know, man.
They have one of those left in stock right now. One.
So that's clearly not the maiden flight.
No.
Sun from behind us as the golden hour is about to be starting.
Beautiful,
Here
man.
we go. This is sitting at probably 15% throttle right now.
Hey, look, Will, we calling that golden hour, dude.
Here we
Wow, that's beautiful. That red, white, and blue makes
Dude, that's sick.
Banana Hobby
Mountain Pass
has a hot one, man.
beautiful belly on this airplane.
That
They
jet
did a
will
fantastic job on the
nice.
red wings.
Let's take a look at that. That even sounds good. You hear that? Man.
The 300 in this airplane is overkill.
The 300 is overkill. That's awesome. That's pretty good.
Absolutely amazing jet. And then also, it has thrust vectoring.
So it has thrust vectoring in there too as well. That's cool.
Yeah, it's not on every kit. You got to get the Pro, the PMP
Yeah, he just turned
Pro
it on.
version.
See it.
Yeah, you'd want it on a Switch 100%.
That was scaring me, man. I don't know about that thrust vectoring.
I'm not that great at it yet.
All right, he's going to come in for the landing, so he's going to do a gear check. Always come around, you check your gear, make sure they're down before you come in. That alleviates any accidents that you may have, or if I love it, man. I love it.
Oh, it's awesome.
Look at this thing. Look at this back. That's a beautiful sight.
Yeah, I gotta agree, man. F-16 is just beautiful.
Yeah.
I love mine.
Look at that big bird just on the wheel.
Absolutely amazing.
And then it's coming back home.
Size-wise,
It flew really well.
very, very soft.
Big kudos to
and again, this thing is
for getting that one knocked out, man. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. But yeah, man, that was Banana Hobby at its best, guys. That's where you can go get those jet roller F-16 Fighting Falcons. And yeah, so there you have it. Look, we've been rolling for an hour and 15 minutes, dude. Heck said Jeremy is good on the sticks. That turbine is amazing. And yeah, man, that thing is just sick. So hey, always set a waypoint, man. You know, we all started out with you know, nitro airplanes or electric airplanes, prop planes, and then moved to EDF jets. Then we moved to the big EDF jets 105s, and now, you know, all three of us right here are messing with the turbines now. So and
they finally got me in.
Done. You're behind Will.
Yeah, he's going to get that first case, and it's a wrap for him.
3.
It's a wrap for Will, guys. But speaking of a wrap, look, this was a wonderful time. We certainly appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us on the channel. Tim, I certainly appreciate you coming out, man, and jumping in the mix and giving your viewpoints, as you too will. I'm sure you guys are tired like I am, but you know, we jump on the show and we talk about the RC hobby because we love it, man. We actually care about it.
We do it for the hobby.
We do it for the hobby, and we do it for the calls. And also, don't forget RaleighHobbyShop.com down there. They have everything. I'm serious. I want you guys just to call them up and be like, hey, I heard you guys on the channel, and then hang up. So I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But that would be funny, though. That would be absolutely funny.
Yeah, I heard you guys on the channel. Then hang up.
But and you know what? They would tell me, too, because I go in there like almost every other Friday, and I always ask them, like, anybody ever come in or say anything? So, but no,
I'm just gonna call up there tomorrow and go, RC plane reviewer, click.
You should, dude. You should. That would be hilarious. They're gonna be like, yeah, man, we've been getting strange calls. But no, wanted to say really appreciate all you guys helping with the channel and everything like that. And you know, jumping on the live show. We changed it to the Friends, you know, RC you know, live show. So we'll have a bunch of people on here, and hopefully we'll have some people on there next week. We're trying to grab old Heck Speed over there and trying to get him on the channel so we can get his viewpoint and a little bit of his knowledge over there and spread the wealth with everybody. So stay tuned. We got a lot of good stuff coming. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful night and enjoy your Friday. If you're not in the East Coast like we are, we got terrible weather, so there's not going to be much flying on our end. So we'll be messing around with airplanes in the garage. But other than that,
go ahead and fire up that turbine.
Yeah, I'll help you with that turbine for sure. We could definitely do that. And but you got anything else, Will?
No, man. Just hope everybody has a good weekend. Whoever can fly, get out there and fly and enjoy. And yeah.
Did we get anything, Tim? What you got, buddy? Anything else?
Oh man, I just hope everybody has a good weekend. Hope they can get out and fly because we ain't. I'm going to be building on that MB339 probably this weekend, getting that thing ready for whenever the turbine shows up. And other than that, hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next Thursday.
There you have it, guys. Y'all stay tuned. Appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and also like and subscribe to RC Pilot Will's channel as well, and also Mountain RC channel. So boom, there you have it, and up and away. We're gone.